Just drink more coffee and Red Bull, okay? Huh. That would be something, right? No, I've been running this channel while editing for clients and being an engaged father to those two rascals. So while I'm far from being the most productive person I know, there are 3 actionable tactics that I use daily. So the first one is about a French phrase, the second one about Ernest Hemingway, and the third one about wasting your time deliberately. So number 1, the French phrase mise en place. It's mostly used in a restaurant setting, and it refers to preparing ingredients, tools, and dishes in advance so that everything is easily accessible and everyone knows where to find it. So the first tactic is about creating your mise en place list that you will incorporate in your editing bay. Mine currently has 5 things on it: a full bottle of water, notepad on the desk, check and update my calendar for the day, set the timer for the first task of the day, and put the phone away from the desk. I admit sometimes it goes back on the desk. You can go through that list every morning to check things off, and such a PDF template is included in the productivity module of my course, The Editing Chef. Now, what does Hemingway have to do with your editing projects? You see, the great writer sometimes stopped his writing for the day in the middle of the paragraph, but only if he knew what would follow. But instead of writing it down, he deliberately left it undone. And why would he do that? Because leaving it incomplete, he had an easy start of the next writing session. And you probably experienced it yourself. If you're doing something creative, the first few minutes are the hardest. But once you get the ball rolling, it gets much easier. So I call this the Hemingway rule. It's about leaving tasks incomplete on purpose, or about stopping only when you know what follows. And you can apply it in your editing bay as well. For example, before you end work for the day, figure out what's the order of the assembly edit you're gonna start at the next day. But don't put it together on the timeline. Leave it incomplete, that way you will have much easier start of the next editing session. You could apply it to B-roll selects, to selecting music, so that you know which track you're gonna use before leaving your editing suite. So mise en place and the Hemingway rule. And the third tactic is about wasting your time deliberately. What do I mean by that? If you think about this, the opposite of the word distraction is traction. And traction is doing something on purpose. You know, the thing is that checking social media or watching YouTube is not really a waste of time. It's only a distraction and a waste of time when it happens when it's not intended, when you're supposed to work on something else. That's why you have to plan for it. You have to put time blocks on your calendar for those activities. True productivity is about wasting your time in constrained manners. So making your mise en place list takes 3 minutes. You can implement the Hemingway rule today before you stand up from the desk, and it takes 2 minutes to plan your unproductive time, which then becomes productive if you keep to the schedule. And the full Editing Chef program consists of 4 modules, all of them designed to increase your productivity, to make you a faster and a better editor. I'd love to see you as part of the Editing Chef community. See you next time. Bye.